Welcome back, everybody. Hey, last week we talked about 10 ways to increase your authenticity. So, 10 ways that we could become more authentic and increase our authenticity. And today I'm going to share with you the top 10 reasons why it's worth it. Like, what does authenticity do? What's the payoff? Why do I even talk about it? And I know the stuff I talk about isn't exactly cutting edge. It's not exciting, but the content that I cover, I try to take my time on and really bring it from the heart. And that comes on these weekly Wednesday videos, and it also comes on the weekend in the form of an article on medium.com, which is in a lot more detail. And I think, I don't want to neuter myself here, but I think my Medium articles, if you haven't checked them out, I've got this group of weekend readers that I just love, and they think that they're further ahead of my videos. So just keep that in mind. It's just corttwitty.medium.com, and you can subscribe to me and get a weekly article in addition to a whole bunch of other stuff too. So this week, the 10 things that authenticity creates within us, right? So I've got my notebook here. I hope that we're all friends enough that I can look down here from time to time. Number one is genuine connections. And genuine connections are better than anything else. When you can feel from somebody else that they care about you, they care about you on a level that's congruent with the way you care about them. So there's this really great trade-off, this transference of energy between people when you have a great, healthy relationship, be it a friendship, be it a romantic thing. But this is more along the lines of friendship. You know who your genuine friends are, who are going to be there through rain or shine. The more of those genuine connections that you have, probably points to your level of authenticity, because people are drawn to people that are authentic. So our connections, it really, really helps with our connections. The second thing is increase self-esteem. This was one that I had to admit, in my early 30s, that I was incredibly insecure and had a terrible self-esteem. And that's part of my story, part of what I've read about in my book, so on and so forth. Part of the reason I bring you guys these videos is because initially on season 1, episode 1, I was scared to death of seeing myself on video, and I knew that I needed to practice. And so I started doing these videos every Wednesday. I committed to a year, and I showed up every week for a year, and then a year became 2, and now 2 is becoming 3, and it's just kind of really caught on, and people look forward to it, which warms my heart. But one of the reasons it was even possible to do all this was birthed from the idea of, well, geez, Cort, I'm really insecure on camera. I need some practice. So we can have these little micro insecurities, even though we have a good self-esteem overall, we can have these little micro insecurities that can hinder our progress. The third thing that it creates, and like self-awareness last week, this is probably the most important, but it is emotional resilience. and the ability to cope with setbacks. Is there another skill, or is there anything else better than learning more about something that helps you deal and cope with life better? I mean, I'm trying to, I try to bring you guys like these emotional hacks, these there are no shortcuts to success, but to getting back on top of your emotions. I try to bring best practices to you each week, and this is one of them. This will build your emotional resilience, and just resilience in general. Putting emotional in front of it kind of makes it sound touchy feely, but resilience, coping with setbacks, because we know setbacks are inevitable, right? Number 4 is better communication. Most, I'm not a therapist or a doctor, but communication is really important. And most divorces are about either money or communication. And I come from a family where we're not naturally good at communicating. So, I'm the youngest, and I've made it a point to be a good communicator. And those that know me, and you know if I love you, if I've sent you a long text or a long Facebook message or something. Sorry, it's just it's a I made it a New Year's resolution. I still can't really have this habit of sending obnoxiously long texts to people that I care about and love. But there's better ways to communicate than the ways that I communicate. But the fact that I communicate in the first place is something that most people, I shouldn't say most people, I should say there are some people that lack the ability to communicate effectively. So practicing being more authentic leads to better communication. Number 5 is trustworthiness. I don't know if any of you have ever been in a position where you're not trustworthy anymore. I reached a point in my life where I was no longer trustworthy. I take trust, I more important than I take anything else. The first time that somebody said, "Hey, we're going on vacation. Would you watch our place?" I mean, this is like 8 years ago, and I still remember vividly. Like, of course I will. Like, you trust me? It's like it feels so good to be trusted again. So those that have been in a position where you're not trusted, hang in there, because it does feel good when it comes back with a little consistency. Go back to last week, watch last week's video. With a little consistency, you can make it happen. Number 6 is reduce stress and reduce mental burden. That's a pretty important thing to work on, don't you think? Number 7 is alignment with values, or said differently, purpose. Number 8 is inspiration to others. It's that ripple effect that occurs. When we change, we create change. And that ripple effect goes an awful long way. Number 9 is conflict resolution. So clear expression, clear communication, having the ability to take a conflict and reduce its intensity to the point where it's no longer a conflict is an art. And it's something that is learnable, just like authenticity, and really is something that we should all learn some sort of conflict resolution. And number 10 is personal growth. Embrace your strengths, your weaknesses, um, your vulnerabilities with confidence and with openness. and watch how far authenticity can take you.